Dr. Burmansah Master of Education Management, or Most Venerable Nyana Bandu Sakya Stawira. The Honorable Head of the Sub-Directorate of Higher Education, Directorate General of Buddhist Community Guidance, Ministry of Religious Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, Dr. Swanto Bachelor of Religious Studies, Master of Management. The Honorable Head of Academics Operation, International Collaborative Programs, Ho Chi Minh University of Vietnam, Mr. Hoang Tran Quang Dong or Mr. Daniel, Master of Business Administration. The Honorable Heads of Buddhist Education, Communication Science, Business and Management Department of Jinarakkhita Buddhist College of Lampung, and all the esteemed participants and committee members. Welcome to the international seminar in collaboration between Jinarakkhita Buddhist College Lampung and University of Economics and Finance Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam. I am Chening Ayu, the MC for this event. On behalf of organizing committee, we extend our appreciation for your presence today. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request your attention as we commence the opening of ceremony to today's distinguished event. We will begin by honoring our nation with the national anthem, with Indonesia Raya, followed by the March of Jinarakkhita Buddhist College. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and attention. Please welcome our conductor, Vina Pujayanti. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, to invoke blessings upon our gathering today, let us engage in prayer, which will be led by Dr. Juni Suryanadi, Master of Education, Master of Management, Most Venerable Badra Surya Palu Tera. To Bante, the floor is yours.
To invoke blessing of wisdom and compassion upon our gathering today, let us begin by praying of thanks homage to the Buddha and the Dharma and the Bodhisattva. Please join your palm in Anjali with our head in prayer with one dana. Namo Sangyang Adim Buddhaya. Namo Sangyang Adim Buddhaya. Namo Sangyang Adim Buddhaya. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Samim Bodhisattvaya Mahasattvaya. Namo Samim Bodhisattvaya Mahasattvaya. Namo Samim Bodhisattvaya Mahasattvaya. Sabbe sata bhavantu sukitata. Semoga semua makhluk hidup berbahagia. Sadu, sadu.
Thank you. May the values of wisdom, integrity, and mutual respect continue to guide us throughout this seminar. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, step on the following agenda are speeches. The first is following welcome speech from Dr. Burmansyah, Master of Education Management, as the Chairman of Jinarakkhita Buddhist College of Lampung. Bante, the floor is yours.
Test, yeah, okay. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, good morning, yeah, Mr. Daniel. Yeah, welcome to our campus. That what I said to you just now, inland city. Yeah, even they said in the map is in the middle of city, but actually we are in the border of the city. Tes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah. Om Swastiastu. Peace be upon us all. Namo Sang Hyang Adi Budaya, Namo Buddhaya. Yeah. Distinguished keynote speaker Dr. Suwanto, Magister Management. Good morning, Namo Buddhaya, Pak Suwanto. Yeah, thank you so much for your coming, even virtually from Jakarta. Yeah, thank you. Honorable Speaker Mr. Hoang, Tran, Quang, Daniel, yeah, thank you for coming. Yeah, very interesting and inspiring for you to come visit us. Esteemed representative of our partner institution, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, both those present in person, those join us virtually. At the outside, allow me to express our deepest reverence and gratitude to the Triple Gems, Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, whose blessing have enabled us to gather here today in good health, harmony, and noble purpose. It is a profound honor and privilege to extend a warm welcome to all of you to this international seminar convenes through the esteemed collaboration between Jinarakkhita Buddhist College of Lampung, Indonesia, and the University of Economics and Finance, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. We are gathered under the compelling theme, exploring ESG, shaping future leaders. This theme resonates deeply within the context of today's global challenges, where environmental, social, and government ESG principles have emerged as indispensable foundation for cultivating visionary, ethical, and responsible leadership for the future. In this distinguished forum, we are truly privileged to be guided by our keynote speaker and speaker, whose profound insight, scholarly perspective, and practical experiences will undoubtedly understand. It is our sincere hope that this seminar will serve as a meaningful platform for intellectual exchange, fostering cross-cultural dialogue, strengthening international collaboration, and encouraging innovative approaches in both academic and professional spheres. Allow me also to convey our deepest appreciation to our distinguished speakers for these invaluable contributions, and to all participants for your presence, engagement, and commitment to advancing knowledge and shared values. May this seminar proceed with great success and yield lasting benefit for us all. In the name of the Triple Gem, and by reciting Namo Sang Hyang Adi Budaya, I hereby solemnly and officially declare this international seminar open. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Namo Buddhaya. Thank you.
Thank you, Bante, for the speech. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is our honor to have the head of the Subdirectorate of Higher Education, Directorate General of Buddhist Community Guidance, Ministry of Religious Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, Dr. Swanto, Bachelor of Religious Studies, Master of Management, to deliver a speech. Mr. Dr. Swanto, the time is yours.
Thank you. Good morning. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Respected Chairman of STB Jinarakkhita, Yang Mulia Biksu Nyana Bandu, Dr. Gurumansah MPD, respected international speaker, Dr. Quang, Tran from the University of Economic and Finance of Chi Minh City. Dear lecturer, student, and all participants, I am honored to be present among the seminar ESG Mapping Future. This theme is highly relevant to the direction of education and formation in the global era. Shaping future leaders who are not only academic but also process integrity, empathy, and a focus on sustainability. This gentlemen, ESG and environmental and governance is a key indicator of organizational sustainability worldwide. ESG is no longer just jargon, but a word of social responsibility and good governance. However, awareness and practice 2025 Safety Act for university study social consistently implemented enable practice in their daily life. This means that higher education has a significant responsibility to bridge awareness and action, so that ESG would don't stop in the class, but live on in the behavior and decision individual. Younger generation face four main challenges in international ESG. First, ESG literacy is and not yet fully integrated in the curriculum. Second, the phenomenon of change, which fosters skepticism about sustainability claims. That's access to sustainable instrument is an equal and considered expense. Fourth, the clash between idealism and economic reality and makes sustainable values difficult to implement. This challenge is not only cognitive but also structural. Therefore, a more applied experience-based educational method is needed. Higher education institutions and the strategic role as social laboratories that instill ESG values through curriculum, research, and community service. UNESCO emphasizes that education for sustainable development is key to equipping the with 21st century skill, critical thinking, responsibility, and adaptive leadership. More than 2,132 British worldwide sustainable development goals. I am confident that Buddhist universities, in India particularly, Jinarakkhita Lampung, can be part of this global movement by instilling Dharma values, compassion, wisdom, and integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to challenges, we cannot ignore the current geopolitical condition in the world. The war involving Iran, the United States, and Israel has unended in the Middle East. This conflict teaches us important lessons. Environmental war leaves ecological social impact, the form of refuge, inequality, and trauma for young people. Governance, this is certain of transparent and peace-oriented global governance. Thus, ESG is not just a campus, is to get to global geopolitical stability. Higher education plays a role in shaping leaders who are able to understand global dynamics, priorities, diplomacy, and seek sustainable solutions. To develop future ESG based strategy. First, cross-disciplinary curriculum integration so that it becomes part of every field of study. Two, experiential learning draw that life environmental and social projects. Three, international collaboration to broaden networks. Digital adaptability for transferable innovation. Installing ability, empathy, leadership. With this approach, students not only understand ESG but also live in their daily action and deeds. Ladies and gentlemen, ESG is a passing trend, but good leadership. I hope this seminar will catalyst of more SPA Jinarakkhita student agent of change with integrity and a global perspective. Allow me to close with the simple replic. A true leader is not only intelligent, but also one capable of protecting the earth, caring for others, and upholding just governance, even in the midst of global conflict. Let us release leaders who is sustainable, compassionate, and impactful for the world. Thank you. Namo Sang Hyang Adibudaya. Namo.
Thank you, Dr. Suwanto, for the speech. Now, let us briefly explore our institution through profile video playback of Jinarakkhita Buddhist College of Lampung, thoughtfully produced by the ICT Development Department.
Kita semua punya mimpi, namun tidak semua tempat mampu mewujudkannya. Di tempat ini, kami percaya setiap insan punya potensi luar biasa. Inilah Sekolah Tinggi Ilmu Agama Buddha Jinarakkhita Lampung. Kokoh berdiri sebagai pelopor perkembangan agama Buddha Provinsi Lampung, mengabdi serta memberi manfaat nyata bagi umat, bangsa, dan dunia.
STAB Jinarakkhita Lampung hadir dengan tekad besar, moving toward a mindful society, pioneering education for scholars and leaders on mindfulness, peace, global spirituality, and ethics. Sebuah janji untuk melahirkan generasi berkesadaran penuh, pemimpin yang membawa kedamaian, serta cendekiawan yang berwawasan spiritualitas dan etika global. Kami meneguhkan visi untuk menjadi perguruan tinggi bereputasi dan unggul, yang melahirkan insan profesional dan non-sektarian di tengah era transformasi digital dan peradaban global yang terkoneksi. Melalui Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi, kami membangun pendidikan yang inovatif, penelitian yang relevan, dan pengabdian yang memberi manfaat nyata bagi umat, bangsa, dan dunia. Tujuan kami jelas mewujudkan masyarakat yang terdidik, sejahtera, dan beradab, mencetak lulusan unggul dan berdaya saing tinggi, serta menghadirkan kampus dengan budaya akademik terbuka, transparan, dan berintegritas. Dengan berpijak pada nilai mindfulness, wawasan budayana, etika global, dan berkelanjutan, kami bergerak maju sebagai pusat unggulan pendidikan budayana. STAB Jinarakkhita Lampung bukan hanya sebuah kampus, tetapi gerakan pencerahan, tempat lahirnya generasi baru yang bijaksana, berkarakter, unggul, dan membawa harapan bagi Indonesia serta dunia.
Untuk mencapai perguruan tinggi yang unggul, serta melahirkan insan profesional, beretika, dan berdaya saing tinggi, STIAB Jinarakkhita melebarkan sayapnya melalui berbagai disiplin ilmu akademik seperti program studi pendidikan keagamaan Buddha. Pendidikan agama bukan sekedar ajaran, tapi jalan hidup yang membentuk karakter. Mahasiswa dididik untuk menjadi pendidik dan pemimpin yang berwawasan dhamma, serta berjiwa penuh kasih. Program studi ilmu komunikasi Buddha. Komunikasi bukan hanya soal menyampaikan pesan, tapi membangun pengertian dan kedamaian. Mahasiswa dididik untuk memiliki keterampilan komunikasi guna membentuk masyarakat yang lebih sadar dan harmonis. Program studi bisnis dan manajemen Buddha. Bisnis bukan hanya soal keuntungan, tapi juga tentang kebermanfaatan. Mahasiswa dibekali nilai etika untuk menciptakan usaha yang berdaya saing tinggi dan membawa dampak positif bagi masyarakat. Beragam prestasi telah ditorehkan, mulai dari menjuarai kompetisi akademik seperti pengembangan kreativitas mahasiswa tingkat nasional, hingga meraih penghargaan sebagai Best Paper dan Best Presenter di seminar internasional. Serta di bidang non-akademik, mereka menjuarai kompetisi film pendek Buddhist dan tari kreasi Buddhist tingkat nasional, serta masih banyak prestasi lainnya. STIAB Jinarakkhita juga membina kerjasama dengan instansi dan institusi, baik dalam dan luar negeri, demi mendukung kualitas pembelajaran, membuka peluang riset kolaboratif, serta memperluas akses mahasiswa untuk berkontribusi di tingkat nasional maupun internasional. STIAB Jinarakkhita, kebanggaan Provinsi Lampung, Sang Bumi Ruwajurai, berkarya untuk kepentingan bangsa, berakar pada budaya Nusantara.
Now, we come to the most anticipated part of our event. This session will be guided by our moderator, Ms. Ayu Andrianingsi, Master of Art. She will introduce our esteemed guest speaker, Mr. Daniel MBA, from the University of Economics and Finance, Vietnam, who will discuss the theme Exploring ESG, Shaping Future Leaders. But before that, let me introduce our moderator today in briefly. Ms. Ayu is an English lecturer at Jinarakkhita Buddhist College of Lampung. She holds a master's degree in English from Lucknow University, India, as an awardee of the India Council of Cultural Relations, and a bachelor degree in English education from Universitas of Bandar Lampung. She has a professional experience as an English lecturer, where she actively contributes to teaching, innovated, and student development. Her academic contributions include published research and co-authored a book, reflecting her strong engagement in scholarly work. To Ms. Ayu, the floor is yours. And please welcome our moderator, Ms. Ayu.
Thank you, MC, for introducing me to the audience. A very good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this international seminar at Jinarakkhita Buddhist College of Lampung. Today, we're gonna talk about interesting topic entitled Exploring ESG, Shaping Future Leaders. So, speaking about ESG, or stands for Environmental, Social and Governance, is a comprehensive framework used to evaluate how an organization integrates sustainability, ethical responsibility, and governance practice into its operation and long-term strategy. So, first of all, I would like to introduce you our speaker, Mr. Hoang Tran Quang or Mr. Daniel, is the head of Academic Operations International Collaborative Programs at Ho Chi Minh City University of Economics and Finance, Vietnam. So he holds a Master of Business Administrations at Bangkok University, Thailand. Before that, he completed his bachelor degree in English language at Ho Chi Minh City University of Education. His expertise is in the area of academic operation and international program management in transformative higher educations, and emerging focus on ESG and sustainability in higher educations. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome and give it applause for Mr. Hoang Tran Quang Duong or Mr. Daniel MBA. A very good morning and warm welcome, Mr. Daniel. So it is pleasure to have you here. So Mr. Daniel, you have got 1 hour for your presentations, and we'll have another 30 minutes for Q&A sessions. So time is yours, Mr. Danis.
All right. Shall I stand a little bit? Okay. Good morning, and good morning. It's my pleasure to be here today, and thank you for your beloved president, Mr. Dr. President, who invited me, and also for all the lecturer, beloved lecturer, the dean and student of Jinarakkhita Buddhism College. So it's my pleasure to be here today. So before I can jump into my presentation, I would like to introduce myself again. So my name is Hoang Wang Yung. In Vietnamese, it means sunshine, but it's a little bit hard for you to pronounce my name in Vietnamese. So you can call me Daniel. I use that name to communicate with the partner overseas. So today I'm gonna share with you my knowledge regarding ESG, because I understand that every one of you here today will become a leader tomorrow. So you may run a business, you might become an expert in the field, and ESG is now a trend in the business. So exploring the ESG, implementing the ESG in the business is something that you cannot missing out. So right now, I shall present, right? Okay, can I have the slide on? Okay, all right, this is correct. Okay, you can see in the screen that I'm going to present to you the exploring the ESG. However, I found that in the slide the ESG term a little bit less than I expected. But more than that, you can see the term that sustainability development gonna appear more on the screen in the slides. So today I'm not gonna go too deeply, too technically about ESG, about sustainability, but I'm going to share with you something more general, something more about definition and how you gonna apply the term, the definition, the ESG in your business in the future. So let's take a look what we are going to share today. So first of all, I want to share with you why sustainable development and ESG matter for your business. Secondly, I will define with you what is sustainability development and ESG. Next, I will share with you the global trend today for the ESG, and I will share with you why ESG, why sustainability disclosure matter to you, and how business gonna apply that in the business, and find out some key to take away for your understanding. Okay, before I jump in, I would like to remind you that I have 3 questions at the end of the session. So I have prepared some gift for you. If you can answer that question, I can send it to you. It's called the banana candy. I brought it from Vietnam, and I hope you can enjoy it. So first of all, why does sustainability development matter? Okay, you can look at this picture. We are now facing a lot of things. You can see that the change in the climate. You can see that the sun is getting hotter. You can experience the hot climate. Why that's happen? Because we have to understand about the greenhouse effect. So what is the greenhouse effect? I understand from here that you are the province that plant vegetable a lot. So when you plant vegetable, you would like the vegetable, the plant, to be to not be affected by the rain, right? To not be affected by the bug or the insects. So you wrap them in a house and wrap them with the plastic bag or the glasses. And because of that, whenever the sun go high in the middle of the day, the sunlight keep the air inside the greenhouse warm. And in the night time when the sun disappears, you can see that the atmosphere inside the greenhouse is still high. When you walk inside the greenhouse, you can see that the temperature is higher than you walk outside. So consider our Earth, the Earth we are living is a big greenhouse because of the human activities such as we burn the coal, we run the car, we run the company that produce the gas emission. That gas emission fly up to our atmosphere and it's become a big plastic that warp our Earth, and that's why the Earth become a big greenhouse. So when the sun they shine into the Earth, they make the temperature higher in the day, but in the night time before the appear of the human, those heat they disappear in the space. But right now, because of the human activity, the gas emission they trap around the Earth and make that heat cannot go away. Day by day, year by year, the heat continue to grow, and it's make the temperature getting higher. So you can see that the storm is getting heavier, the climate getting more severe, and you can. I'm not sure in Indonesia right now, but in Vietnam, we are experiencing a heat strike. It's actually really hot right now in Vietnam, and we are waiting for the rainy season to come. So let's check this slide. You can see that the number of the heat is rising. So why it matter if the heat of the global warm getting 1.5 Celsius degree, and what is the differences between if the global warming go to 2 Celsius degree? So first of all, let's check at you can only need to see the number of the plant, the animal, the habitat that's gonna disappear. So with only 1.5 Celsius degree go higher, we have the animal gonna disappear 4%. But if it go to higher, it means 2 degree, then it disappear 8%, 2 times higher. Look at the column on your left, my apology. You can see that the ice in the Arctic, the permanent ice, that means the ice stay forever in there, is disappearing. So they are disappearing 28% times higher when the degree go to up to 2 degree. The coral reef, you are in the Indonesia, you cover with the sea. So I imagine, I can assume that you have a lot of coral reef on your own. But then if the degree keep going higher, 99% of the coral reef gonna disappear. So what happens if the coral reef disappear? A lot of fish going to vanish. We cannot see the beautiful reef. We cannot see the beautiful fish. We cannot see the beautiful coral reef anymore. And even if, my apology, that is still in Vietnamese, but even if with the fish itself, it's gonna disappear more when the degree go higher. 3 million tons of fish gonna disappear. So you can see that the climate right now is very, very, like I said, very fragile, very, very easy to affect everything on the earth. So look at this slide. Imagine which year you were born, 2003, 2004, or 2006, right? Okay, so imagine the one your father, your mother, or even your grandparents who born in those 90s have a different experience in climate than you are right now. They don't have the hot season, the hottest season. They still have it, but they didn't experience the hottest season than you. You imagine 50 years from now when the earth is getting warmer. you can see that the very high degree, the red one, very high degree, you will experience. So what will happen for the next generation, your children, your brother, who gonna experience, who gonna live longer than you, what they will experience. So that's why sustainability development matters today, because we need to understand what is sustainability development. Is that the definition that we exploit the resources, we use the resources of the earth, but without harming the next generation uses. So imagine something like this one: the gasoline that you are using now for the motorcycle, the car, they're gonna run now eventually. So we cannot stop using that, because we depends on that to roll the business, to run the business, to go to work every day. So sustainability development come through because you will exploit it, but enough, with the enough usage, so the next generation can still have the oil to continue to develop their business, but your business is still running now. You don't stop running your business, and ESG come from that. ESG is how the company reacts to the sustainable development. So remember this one. For example, a company, they run ESG, so that's how they react to the sustainable development. So E stands for the environmental, which is water usage, electricity usage, water consumption, the wages from the business. Social, another thing that you may think that why social, why governance here. Social is something that we invest for the generation, we invest for the current generation. So a company who put the charity, who invest in the community, but also invested in their labor. So if the employee feels safe for the working environment, if the employees feel happy in working in that environment, that's also the social here. So social is not meant for everyone in the community, but also inside the company itself is also the social. And finally is governance. So governance here is how the company run itself. Like, is this transparency enough? Or they have any regulation about the corruption? So governance is how the company is, you see how the company is run. Okay, so remember that things. Right. So when I explain to you, the thing come to your mind is, so what is the differences between that and CSR, what you are studying? CSR a little bit smaller, but it still overlap with ESG. So CSR is the community, so it's only limit to the social around you. The company do the charity is CSR. But if the company do charity, investing in education, investing in their labor, investing in their water consumption, investing in their transparency of the running, then they are ESG. So CSR is a small thing in ESG. So right now, everyone in the world is using ESG more than CSR. Especially who studying in business in this area, you need to understand that ESG becoming a trend right now. So whenever you go outside there, you work for a company, you need to think of ESG first rather than the CSR. Okay, this slide show you how the ESG work, how it affect the business. In the center of this picture, you can see that the businesses are running. So what if that businesses, they dump the water, the polluted water into the environment? What will happen? First of all, it will affect the environmental and the society within that area. The people around that will gonna use the water, polluted water. So the government themselves will jump in. They have to give to grant the regulations to make sure that any companies cannot dump the water inside the environment. They have to go through a a filter to make the water become usable before sending to the environment. So that thing, business, environments, and society and government work with each other. And then when the governance issue the regulations to one of the company, the businesses, then the investor, the financial institution here, they are the investor. They can see the risk. They can see the risk in the business. So they will ask the company to provide information. And if that company, if that business regulates, breach the regulation of the governance, then they stop investing. So all of people here, they involve with each other. So we call them stakeholder. So here the key word for you, a stakeholder is who around you. So for example, you and your lecturer are the stakeholder. And for example, the lecturer here and with your parent also the stakeholder. So stakeholder is someone who involved with each other. So here all of them involved with each other. Business, society, governance, and then financial institution. So what is the trend right now for the ESG? You can see that starting in 2015, the leaders of all of the countries, the politicians, they have already given the rules, the regulation to international regulation for the ESG already. So by 2015, 2018, 2021, rules and regulation comes out. And then it affects a lot of business, especially business, international business, who you would like to run the business overseas. So you need to comply those regulations, those rules to your business. So this slide, you can see that how the business around you, the international country, they are doing, apply that for their countries. From Canada, United States to our neighbor, China, Thailand, Australia, Singapore, they have the regulations. They all have the regulation inside them for the sustainability development. Even I haven't made research that in Indonesia, on the listed company, they need to have the sustainability report inside in their annual report for the sustainable development. So if they want to go listed, want to have listed in the stock exchange, they need to have that inside their report. Okay, so this slide explains to you how the money for the sustainability development goes. On your left, this is the money invested in the sustainability development. So Singapore right now, they are investing in those things a lot. You can understand something like this one. If you invested the money in the solar power panel, then the number on your left showing that. The number on your right is showing the money that your company can borrow after achieving the sustainability, some sustainability development. So the first one is where the money goes. The second one is where you can earn the money from the financial institution. We can see a drop after 2021, maybe because of the COVID-19, but it's becoming trendy right now. So Singapore is still leading in the field. Next is Philippines and Thailand, and next is Indonesia. So you can see that your government is investing in the regulation a lot. So why? Okay, so this one is a little bit trickier. We have already go through ESG, sustainability development, but how can we announce it to the world? How you can tell all the business, tell the regulation, tell the investor that you are doing sustainability development, the ESG inside your business. So that come to this one. Why sustainability disclosure matter. Sustainability disclosure is, you can understand something like it's a report inside your company that tell the world, I am doing this one, I am reducing the water consumption, I am cutting the electricity that unnecessary, I'm running the power solar plant, or I am investing in our labor that they are happier to work for our business, or I am investing in the local community. So that is sustainability disclosure working here. Okay, the figure on the screen showing that 75% of the investor would like the company to have the report on social environment impacts. So the investor would like to see that 75% of them. So how about the employees? 84% of the employees would like to work for companies that care about the environment. So you see, the company care about environment also attract the employees. 83% of the employees would want to work for the company that care about the social issue, and 86 employees would want to work for a company who care about the governance, how they structure the company. Is there transparency enough? Is there any corruption inside the companies? So you can see that ESG disclosure tell the world what you are doing, and those numbers attract a lot of things: investor, employees, also the consumer. So the consumer saying that 80% of them would like to buy the products from the company that care about the environment, and then 76 of them would like to buy the product that care about the social issues, and 80% that would like to buy the product from the company who care about the governance. And finally, the governance around the world are actively increasingly introduce the law, the regulation on the ESG and the sustainability development. So you can see that ESG disclosure very important. It tell the world around you, it tell everyone around you that you are doing sustainable development. Okay, sorry, I hide this one, but I'm not sure. Okay, all right. Just introduce you a little bit. So these are the agency that rating the ESG score. They are international, but I believe that inside every country they have their own report, their own standard for the sustainability report. So these are the international. You can only count it on them whenever you would like to investing in another country. So for example, some country in the Europe would like to have these agency to score your business, and they can use that scoring number to evaluate if your business can operate in the Europe or in the America. So here is we exploring in the Southeast Asia, in the Asian Pacific only. China, Thailand, Vietnam, even Japan, Philippines, they are investing. I'm saying investing, introducing more regulation, more rules about the ESG, the sustainability development. And you can see that in Indonesia, what they are doing, sustainability reporting has been required for the listed companies, like I have already shared with you, and financial institutions introducing the green taxonomy to guide the sustainable finance. And climate and ESG disclosure are become more structured. It's become more clear. Indonesian governance right now require you to have those kind of report in the transparency. Okay, so how the business respond to that? If you run in the business and your governance would like to ask you, hey, you need to implement the ESG, the sustainability development inside your company, how you gonna respond to that? So there are 4 steps to respond to something. First of all, you need to identify initial ESG implementation. So you need to raise the awareness of the ESG inside your company first. you need to aware that what is ESG, why I should implement it, why I should run it in my business. And then you integrating ESG into the business initiative, which means you, the leadership team, your team, you, the business leader, have to envision what you're gonna do, what you're gonna expecting for the ESG, for the sustainability development inside your business. And then you get that, you get the ESG become the central of your business. For example, you clearly communicate it internally. It means that you talk with your supervisor, you talk with your employees about the ESG. You communicate with them. You started to get the ESG inside your company first, and then finally you integrated it. You make it ESG become the strategic development inside your company. So this is how a Malaysian company, they integrated ESG in their business. So first of all, they call the Petronas company. You mean Petronas company is energy company. So and whenever you relate to energy, it's very polluted. It's very pollution, and you can see that because the energy, they produce gas, they produce diesel, so any product of them very pollute to the environment. But they cannot stop working, they cannot stop their business because of the government say that you need to implement ESG inside your business. So they think of something else. They think of they invested, and they come with the idea to create an agency, to create a part of them to invest in social impact. And then you can see that the number here is that 900 million ringgit has been invested in this project, and finally they report it to the international network or to their partner. Okay, here key to take away. So final thing, sorry, I think it's all right. So final thing, sustainability development. What does it mean? It means that you develop, you still run the business, but without harming, without exploiting all the resources for the future generation. So you still run the business, but then you still left something behind, and your future generation, your children, your grandchildren, still run the business with you. Secondly, you need to identify the current stage of sustainable development of your company, and in order to develop a strategy to implement it. Finally, that you need to choose wisely the reporting that's work with you. Like I said, if you go internationally, you have another agency to score that business, and using that score to invest to work in Western countries. But inside the Indonesia or inside Indonesia or any country, they have their own regulations, and because of that regulations, you need to combine to choose the report wisely, to use that to report it to your government. Okay. All right. So that's all. Is it okay? I think that I have the slide to who got this. Okay, so sorry for a few minutes. I got 3 questions for you. And so if you can answer for me 3 questions, I have some gifts for you at the end. Mm-hmm. All right, so I have a mini game. Only 3 questions. So whenever you can help me to answer 1 question. I got some gift for you. I bring some, like I said, banana candy to Indonesia today. So if you help me to answer such question, I can give it to you. So the first question is, all right. Before we jump into question, I would like to clarify that on the count of 3. So who raise their hand first, I will call that. All right. So, what does the ESG stand for? The first question. A. Economy, strategy, and growth. B. Environmental, social, and governance. C. Energy, society, and growth. And then D. Environment, sustainability, and green. So, on the count 3. 1, 2, 3. So, this one is. Yeah. Okay. And
Raise your hand, please. Then stand up, please.
So the answer is B, environment, social, and governance.
Environmental. What is inside the environmental?
Oh, so in the environmental, the company focus on the well-being of the like nature, like how they treat their. I'm so nervous. Sorry. My minute's blank. Oh, wait a second, sir. So in the environmental part, the company focuses on how they manage their waste, like how can they not contribute to negative side on society, like not, for example, like a paper company, they don't cut their tree too much, stuff like that, sir.
Okay. Thank you for the answer, but let me see if they are correct. All right, they are correct.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right, for the next question. Can I have the slides back? All right. So this question is a little bit trickier. What is the main idea of sustainable development? A. Maximizing the profit in the short term. B. Focusing only on environmental protection. C. Meeting present needs without harming future generations. And D. Reducing on business activities. Which one? On the count 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, please raise your hand if you know the answer. Yeah. Which one? A, B, C, or D? The main idea of sustainable development. Which one? Anyone, please? The student? Mr. Daniel, this question is only for the students, not for like the lecturer as well. So is it okay if I answer or the other lecturer? Oh yeah, only the eager to have the candy, Bante. Yeah, they are not. Who don't want to answer the question. They only want the candy. So
No,
any
no.
one of you, please. Ada yang video? Yes, please. Which one? Oh, that one. Our MC today. Yes, please.
So the answer is C.
Okay.
Meeting present needs without harming future generation.
So how do you understand about that?
Because sustainability environment is like the study case of the Malaysia, there they have business, but they have the sustainability of their energy, so that a lot of people that invest, that they are care about our government or about our environment. So the energy is not like, what do we call it? They're not just thinking about their businesses, but thinking about the future generation, especially about the global warming. So with that, my conclusion is C, Mr.
Okay.
Thank you.
So let's see. All right. Question is C. Okay, here you are. All right, the final question. So, why sustainability disclosure important to the companies? A. It's only have companies look good in advertisement. B. It helps stakeholders understand the company risk, impact, and performance. C. It's only useful for the government agencies. And D. It relays financial report completely. So on the count three, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Yes, please, the students. The last is the big door prize or the big gift.
So you
Yes,
still want the
please.
candy? You are the only one who raised your hand.
Yes. Which one, Mr. Daniel?
All right.
Oh, again?
Test. So, why is sustainability disclosure important for companies? I think the answer is B, sir. It helps stakeholders understand the company risk, impacts, and performance.
Okay, let's see. Correct. Okay, another candy gift for you. All right, here you are.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for joining the mini game.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Daniel, for the insightful material today. You talk about ESG, which stand for environmental, social, and governance for the future leaders. So here, let me conclude your presentations. So I will give the conclusion in one word, then we'll give the explanations. I heard that you said ESG become the trend now, right? So ESG here is not only about the environmental itself, but we can care or take care the social and also the governments. So maybe in Indonesia, if we have the platform to what is it, to count the ESG in some kind of company, we have what we call the platform of Bursa Efek Bursa Efek Indonesia. So it's in English we call Indonesian Stock Exchange. So for the next conclusions is the sustainable development has become an important nowadays. I think it's not only for the company, maybe for ourselves. So next one, identifying the common sustainable development, right? And the third one, you have to for the company, maybe us to consider engaging in sustainable reporting work. Yeah, thank you so much for the insightful material. So please give big round applause to Mr. Daniel. So maybe you have already played a mini game, right, for the students, and you are not giving us the mini game for the lecturer. But now we have a session for Q&A. So may we have the 3 questions and answer, please? So maybe I will ask our student to ask the questions, then you will answer the questions directly, for sure. All right, okay. So ladies and gentlemen, students and the lecturer, now we have Q&A sessions. We open for the 3 questions. Please raise your hand, introduce your name and which department are you from, okay? So, Mr. Chandra, could you please help me to deliver the microphone to the student? All right. So please.
Este.
Cek.
Oh, hello.
Come forward, please. Right, yeah.
Okay, hello, good morning everyone. Namo Buddhaya. The Honorable, the Chairman of Jinarakkhita Buddhist College of Lampung, Dr. Burmansah or Venerable Bante Nyana Bandusakya. The Honorable, Head of Sub-Directorate of Higher Education, Directorate General Buddhist Community Guidance, Ministry of Religious Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, Dr. Suwanto, and the Honorable Head of Academic Operation, International Collaborative Programs, Ho Chi Minh City, University, Vietnam, Mr. Daniel. Thank you for the opportunity for me. Before I ask question, let me introduce myself. My name is Denisa Sembiring. I am an ex-semester student majoring in Buddhist religious development. Thank you for the insight, valuable knowledge that you share for us today. You explain about exploring ESG, right? And shaping future leaders, which is it's very interesting for me. I have one question. My question is, in this era, as students or members of Generation Z, how can we start applying ESG or environmental, social, and governance principles in our daily life? I think that's all my question. Thank you, Mr.
Okay, thank you for the question. It's very impressive. So you would like to understand how the new generation gonna apply the ESGs right now. Okay, so ESG normally is for the business rather than the person itself. But if you would like something more personalized, something more related to your life, you can think of the sustainability development. Okay, so ESG is stand for environmental, social, and governance. We don't have the governance, yes, unless you have the business. All right, but you can still care about the environment. You still can care about the social around you. For example, environment, you get the waste, the lift in the right place, or you spot out, you cut off the use of electricity if they are unnecessary. You can start to use the renewable energy. For example, electrical car is renewable energy. Or you can start to think about the people around you. You have to look at the social. Maybe the children next to your place, you can care about them, you can take care of them, you can like do the charity work with the local charity association. So we can start from the small thing, and then when you understand about the concept of ESG, you can develop it into the strategic business. So maybe later on when you become the leader of the local business here, you can apply that idea, that thing in your mind to the business, and you can start to build on the governance yourself. You can make it transparency, you can make it ethical, you can make it for everyone. So starting from the bottom, you can start with a small thing, and then growing up, whenever you achieve your fruitful life, you have the business of your own, you can apply the bigger concept in that. That's my answer to you. Is that all right with you?
Is that clear, Denisa? Ah, yeah, see that clear. So may I add from your explanation? So for all of you here, if we want to start ESG itself, so ESG here, almost people really understand it is belong only for the business, right? But start from the small things. Maybe if you see the light is on, you can make it turn off. So you will sustain the energy, right? So next, for the next questions, please. Maybe from the other student or the other department. Please, Mr. Chandra, help me to deliver the microphone. Any other students who want to ask the questions, please? One more? Two students, maybe? Okay, that one, Mr. Chandra. Yeah, we have another man. Yeah.
Sir. Nama saya di budaya nama budaya. Hello, Mister. We can call. Can I call you Mr. Daniel? Okay, right. My name is Tiramego Putra Sanjaya. I'm from Buddhist Education Department in 4th semester. And what an amazing opportunity to meet Mr. Daniel. So straight to the question, is ESG or environmental social governance just a trend or a true long-term need for stakeholders, and can it shape the mindset of good future leaders with integrity? Thank you.
Okay, sorry, I need to get the question from our moderator. Back to your question that you would like to ask if it could be a trend and it's gonna fail up tomorrow. It's gonna be a long term. I believe it's a long term because have you ever heard about the net zero term? So the net zero term is actually that every government, Vietnam government, Indonesia government, they are trying to achieve. So from my memory that I did a research, so Vietnam tried to achieve the net zero in 2050, while Indonesia tried to achieve the net zero in 2060. So what is net zero mean? Net zero mean that you produce the carbon dioxide to the air, but you can absorb it back. So it means that you produce the way you produce, how many you produce it, it's gonna be it's gonna be absorbed back to the environment. It means that you don't. It means that whenever your business run, you don't actually produce this carbon dioxide into the air, because we got something like the forest, right? So the forest, you understand that they absorb the carbon dioxide, and then when the business run, they produce that. So they will buy, we call the carbon credit, to say that whenever we produce carbon dioxide to the atmosphere, to the environment, the forest gonna absorb it because we have buy the carbon credit from the governments or the agencies. So the governments right now, they are trying to do that in the future, and I don't think it's gonna be a trend right now. Net zero is one thing, but another thing is you can see that in my slide, the climate change is becoming unpredictable right now. The heat, the flood, the hurricane, the storm getting more unpredictable. So the way we apply the sustainable development in the business or in our life can change those things. We can minimize the warming, the global warming. We cannot stop that. I have to admit that we cannot stop the global warming, and I'm not a scientist, so I cannot give judge myself. But from what I am reading, we cannot stop the global warming, but we are trying to limit the global warming to 1.5 Celsius degree rather than 2. So by applying the sustainability development in the business in our life, so by the time of 2100, if we can reduce the global warming, the degree of the global warming, we can have a better life for the next generation. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so you got the answer, Mr. Dharma?
Maybe can ESG shape the mindset of good leaders with integrity? I don't get it.
So ESG can what is it? Cover our mindset.
So you mean that you are saying it's okay? So it's gonna be for the mindsets of the next generation or the current generation, right? Let me tell you something. Currently, that every government right now they are applying that. They are granting the rules. They are crowded the regulations for the sustainability, sustainable development. But I have to admit, not all of the industry companies right now they fall in that. So for example, in Vietnam or in Indonesia, only listed companies are required to have the sustainable development disclosure in their report. So if your company are not listed, how can you will you gonna do the sustainable development inside that? So actually that it have to come from your mindset. Will you see that it's gonna be an urgent matter? Would you like to contribute to the society, the environment, to contribute or to reserve the resources for the next generation? So I have to leave this one to you, because it's on your mind right now. So you need to think about it.
So do you get it, Mr. Dharma?
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Next, need one more questions, please. Maybe from, okay, the girl, Mr. Chandra, please. That one. Yeah, I guess that one is.
Cik. Namo Sang Hyang Adi Budaya, Namo Buddhaya. Hello Mister, good morning. My name is Komang Yumi Arwening. I'm from Buddhist Communication Science and I am 6th semester. So my question is, based on your global experience, how do you see the differences in ESG approaches and implementation between developed and developing countries? What factors significantly influence this, whether regulations, economic preparedness, or social awareness? And to address this, what strategies should developing countries like Indonesia employ to realistically adapt ESG principles? Thank you.
Okay, that is a very interesting question. So I'm gonna answer this question from my own perspective, from my own understanding and my own reading, rather than saying I'm expert in the field. So according to my reading, my research, that if you operate in European country, Western country, or developed country, they have a stricter rules in ESG, environment, social, and governance. They have very strict that you need to achieve some kind of credit, some kind of certificate to operate in those countries. If your business related to the government, to environment, or it's gonna harm the local social around you. So to compare between developed and developing country, I can say that there's a huge difference in the regulations. So if you look at the rules of the developed country, they require a lot of things, and you have to achieve that. While in the developing country, I really don't have much information about Indonesia, but for example, in Vietnam, we only have a rules in 2019, saying that you need to combine the ESG report, the sustainability report, in your annual report from 2019. But then, due to the regulation, we don't have a clear template, a clear thing to declare. So every company they have different style in reporting those to the governance. So we have to admit that we still under developing the rules, and hopefully that in the near future that we can have a clear guideline for the business, the company to declare what they are doing for issue for the environment, social, and governance. So what else do you see? Okay, so I think that there's the one part that you are asking, right?
Sir, right. Have you elaborate the factor that influence the ESG in developing country? What are the factors? You know?
So I think that every business is, when we talk about business, we have to admit that business is making the money. So making the money means that we may harm the environment. We may ask our employees to work overtime without fairly compensation. You agree with me? So if we don't have a really clear regulations from the governance, I don't think that the business gonna have something to adapt to that. So the first thing is that we need to have a clearer guide from the government, so that we can apply that in the business. So that's what I'm thinking.
If I may elaborate, so if you want to build a company with an ESG itself, so you have to get the regulations, the clear regulation from the government. So that one of the factor that you should consider if you want to build, or you have already have the company. That's right. So Mr. Daniel, may I ask you? We have already 3 questions. May I add more to them, because I think that they are so excited to your presentations, right? Is it okay? So I want to have one more, please. Maybe from from the business and management department, right? Okay, please stand up.
Yes. Okay, hello, sir. My name is Viola. I'm currently a 4th semester student majoring in business and management. I would like to ask, how can a leaders of a large companies, diversified companies, make effective and timely decisions amid complex operations and multiply business activities while still upholding ESG principles? Okay, thank you. That's the question.
She asked the questions. Sorry, may you repeat your questions, please?
Okay, the question is, how can leaders of a large companies, diversified companies, make effective and timely decisions amid complex operations and multiple business activities while still upholding ESG principles.
So the questions here, how the leader of the large company can make it the effective that company itself. The effective company. I mean, you talk about the ESG itself. So how you suggest, or do you have a tips for the leader to make the company effective?
All right. So, interesting question. And myself, I'm not. I have to admit that I'm not an expert in the field, but rather than I have made a research on that, and I am not actually a leader of really big corporation or big company, but sharing from my point of view, I think that the moral of the leader is the most important thing that should be considered in this case. So if you are operate in a big industry, a big business, I assume that that business had been go internationally, or at least they are listed in the stock exchange market. And because they have already been listed, so they should apply the regulations from the government to the company itself, and to elaborate, to level up the ESG, the idea of ESG inside the company. Maybe the leader can look for the international standard. So when they see the international standard for the ESG and how and they apply that to the company working environment or the company itself, they can level up the ESG practice inside the company.
Did you got the answer, Viola? All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So may I have one more questions, please? All right. Okay. So, or the lecturer maybe wants to ask the questions. You have one. Oh, one more questions from the students. So please, Mr. Chandra, help me. They are so excited then talking about ESG itself.
Check. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Namo Sang Hyang Adi Budaya, Namo Buddhaya. Mr. Daniel, thank you for giving me an opportunity. So, my name is David Prayoga. I'm in second semester right now in Buddhist Communication Science Department. So, you have discussed about the ESG, which is related to environment and the long term. So, in your opinion, are there any companies in the world that have implemented the ESG, and how do they do it? Like how they implemented the ESG strategy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. So thank you for the question. So right now, if you look at the ESG compliance strategy in the Google, you can see most of the company is come from developed countries. And in the slides, I have already shown you Petronas, a Malaysian company who have integrated the ESG inside their business. So let's talk about something more a little bit further. We come to USA, America. We can say that American or European countries, they have very strict rules in environment, also the label, and also the governance structure. So I cannot, actually I don't remember the name of the company itself, but I can affirm with you that in those countries, they have the stricter regulation than what you are experiencing right now in Southeast Asia. So in those countries, they made ask the company, acquire the company, require the company to accelerate the ESG strategy in their business, especially the company who related to energy. So if you can look for some energy company around the world, you can see the differences. In India, different with in China, in European will be different with other countries in Southeast Asia. So Petronas is an example that you can see. They create a sub unit to implement ESG in the business, and after they implement it, they report it to the world, to internationally. So saying that they have applied the ESG strategic in their business. Okay.
And did you got the answer? Right? Enough? Enough. Oh, okay. Then thank you. Mr. Daniel, one more questions, please, from me. Yeah. Okay. So my questions is, how can collaboration between university and industry enhance ESG competencies among graduates to meet the evolving demands of global workforce? What do you think?
So first of all, if we say about the education, then there's a term that education normally saying that SDG rather than ESG, sustainable development goals. So in education, they refer that term more because it reflects the education. Actually, that I don't understand well about that, so I can share you the term, but not sharing the inside information. But from what we are experiencing now from my institution, my own experience, so every year we is introduced to our student the ESG, saying to them that you need to understand about this one. We integrated the module, the courses, the content of the program inside the student modules, so that when the student have the chance to study in that modules, they have more knowledge about ESG. And every year we take the student to participate in an ESG event to compete with other students in Ho Chi Minh City or in Hanoi across Vietnam, so they can share their mindset. They will become a board of management, and they need to compete with other students. How they gonna run the business with the ESG? So they will have a case study. So for example, a renewable energy plant to implement in the business. So they need to compete with all the students. That's how they're gonna implement it. So that's how we introduce the ESG to our students in Vietnam right now.
Thank you very much for the answer. Now, actually, I'm in the basic major in English, right? But now I'm interesting to learn about ESG itself, because I think ESG is not only for the what we call company, but we can start with ourselves. So that maybe that's all for the questions and answer, Bante and the lecturer and the students. But may I ask you, and please give the closing statement, Mr. Daniel, to us or for the all of here, so we may like learn more about ESG itself. So please give the closing statement from you.
Okay. So it's quite unexpected, but then thank you very much for inviting me today, for sharing about my knowledge regarding the ESG. So first of all, I have to admit I'm not an expert in the field. So you have already heard me say. However, it's my honor to be here today to sharing what I have understood, my understanding about ESG, about sustainability development to all of you. And you guys gonna become a leader someday. I believe that. You are studying business, communication, or even Buddhism. So everything will become a business. You need to make money for your living. So we cannot admit that we cannot do charity to living, but we have to run business for a living and to earn money about that. So which method, which means of transportation, or which means of things that you're gonna run business, you can implement the ESG inside that. And whenever your business growing strong, growing bigger, they can be a strategic business plan for you to develop it bigger. So that's all my conclusion for you today.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Daniel, for the insightful material. Today you talk about ESG for the shaping future leaders. Please once again give big round of applause for Mr. Daniel. All right, our session is end. So please be seated first, then you may enjoy your drink first. Nanti dulu ya.
Check. Thank you, Mr. Daniel MBA, for the profound insight, and thank you to all participants for the engaging discussion. We would like to, as a profound way to express our gratitude, we would like to invite here in front of our stage our chairman of Jinarakkhita Buddhist College of Lampung and Mr. Daniel for the plaque and certificate. Please. Big applause for our amazing member. Thank you. To capture this memorable moment, we invite all participants to join us for a photo session coordinated by our documentation team. This concludes our formal program today. Thank you for your presence and all active participants for all of you. Thank you and Namo Sangyang Adi Budaya. Namo Buddhaya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Salam. Tabi pun. To our guest speaker and the chairman of Jinarakkhita Buddhist College of Lampung, we cordially invite you to the lunch. Thank you, everyone.
Terima kasih Pak.
Mohon perhatiannya untuk kursi-kursi, minta tolong bantuannya untuk dirapikan kembali, ya, disusun. Terima kasih.
Selamat siang Pak Suwanto. Terima kasih nggih Pak.
Terima kasih.
Iya Pak, Namo Buddhaya. Iya, matur nuwun Pak.